Post-Keynesianism, like the modern adoption of Keynesianism, little based,
Just a little base. Kind of
little
change.
based. All right, what's up, M. Coolman?
Hey, how's it going? I'm a brand new viewer. Like I found you on the when you did the debate with Bastiat.
Oh no, we got a
Uh,
neoliberal in chat, boys.
so I mean, talk to me. Like as if a new viewer, can I just ask like, what are you about? Like, I found you interesting on that, but could you like
Hmm.
give an introduction? Is that
Oh sure. I mean, I guess probably like 70% of my content is hating on various right things that right wingers say. So probably like 50% of that is social right wing stuff. The other 20% will be like generally it'll be me arguing against libertarians or like ANCAPs. Um, and then probably the remaining 30% is me hating on like what I consider dumb leftists. So that would be like the actual breakdown of my content. What I do is like what I advocate for is like reformist market socialism. So I want like we should abolish the bourgeois and then have nice pretty little markets where everyone's a proletariat and everyone's also a capitalist.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. I guess I try to stream maybe like 3 times a week, mostly doing those content reviews or getting debates. That's about it.
how did you like get to know the knowledge base that you know now?
Oh, I mean, I think that was like an accretionary process. I don't know if you've seen it, but I have this like big like stinky right winger fact sheet thing, and so all I just try and do is whenever I find an interesting study, I just put it on the pile and I add it into the fact sheet. Um, so that would be that's the answer there. Like it's just an accretion thing. And I will say, if anyone's asking like, oh, how do you try and make sure that you're unbiased? Generally, my suggestion is always just go to Google Scholar, type in like subject name meta study, subject name literature review, read what the experts have to say about it, and then try and form your own opinions. That'd be I don't know the
So
basic
like
take.
yeah, a little bit more clarity. So like where do you draw your knowledge from so that are you trying to make like YouTube videos and like speak to people about like what are you driving for? Do you want like Republicans to get the hell out of Congress and the Senate and what?
Sure. I mean the like the short-term reformist goals are basically the number one reformist like short-term goal would be probably like voting reform. It'd be making the United States closer and closer to a real democracy. It'd be stuff like, are you familiar with the NPVIC?
I might have heard of that before, but no. I mean, could you refresh my memory?
Sure, no worries. It's called the National Popular Vote Interstate Compact. It's this big thing that states sign up on to like enact a popular vote for president. So that would have enormously made like Democrats more feasible. And I think part of that, like ideally, I'd want Senate reform, like add more states to it, something like maybe split up California and other blue states so that even the small states are closer to the big ones. Because basically, I think that there's a lot of evidence that United States democracy is significantly conservative biased, and so my like reformist goals are mostly based around trying to change the system to be more like to move it left biased, I suppose, but in reality, it's more like move it in favor of democracy proper. So,
Sure. Yeah, no, I get that. And so the obvious thing that comes up that most people argue against that is that the states would lose power. So what's your
mhm.
quick answer to that? And you can cut me off at any time. I kick me out
Oh
if I'm at the time
no,
limit.
no, sure. I mean, I think these are things that are interesting. I guess my argument is like I think that to some degree states should have some power. However, you don't need the Senate to let states have power. If we abolish the Senate tomorrow, states would have a huge degree of independence from like the federal government just under the Constitution. There are a whole bunch of things that the federal government can't do due to the Constitution. And so I like some of that. I think that federalism encourages local experimentation. That's really good because it lets you find good policies, sort them out, and like adopt them. And two, the answer is basically like the reason why I don't care about states having power per se. Like, I think it's a good thing, but it's not essential to a functioning democracy. There are unitary democracies like Great Britain, for example, which have very little regional autonomy. Um, I guess that's kind of a bad example because they've been devolving more over time, but you get the point, I guess.
Yeah.
It,
I mean, and
the,
they're just by nature a small country, and so they can kind of keep it together
so
in
the
that
United
way.
States is bigger. The main argument is fundamentally it's one person, one vote. If you genuinely believe that everyone should have like reasonably equal access to the policymaking table, then you can't give certain groups or certain populations or certain regions more power just based on like
Right.
arbitrary lines that we drew in 1850.
Right. And you know,
All right,
politicians
last
like
question, Bastiat.
okay, all right.
Sure.
How do you feel
Sorry.
about minimum wage?
Oh, I mean, so I think the ideal solution would be something like, have you heard of sectoral bargaining or the Ruhn-Meidner plan?
No, explain.
Okay. Uh, so the answer about minimum wage is I think it's probably net good. I think most of the studies, according to the meta studies, this is what I always refer to, find like small disemployment effects. So probably if we do it, it's not going to like hugely destroy the economy. But if we want an even more efficient solution, it seems to be sectorial bargaining, which I can link you, I don't know, a Jacobin article or something about, which is basically you in each sector, you set some like fixed wage. Say all welders get paid, I don't know, like $20 an hour or something. And what this encourages is more productive businesses actually get more profit because they don't have to pay their workers more, and less productive businesses get like screwed out and get like moved out of the business environment. So that latter bit, the less productive firms get like screwed out and pushed out, is actually a feature of minimum wage, which increases productivity. And I have a fun little study on that if you want to read it. But in addition, it like the additional benefit of sectorial bargaining is not only does it lift everyone's incomes up because you can like force incomes together and you can force them higher, but it also encourages productivity. So that plus like I know I'm going on long for this one, but the other main solution is instead of doing minimum wage, it's subsidized income, something like earned income tax credit. Those combinations seem to be slightly more efficient than minimum wage, but I think minimum wage is like a good first step because American workers are severely screwed over. So,
wow, this is, I mean, that's just fascinating. I have a master's of business. I haven't heard of most of the topics you're talking about. That's very interesting. So, yeah, thank you.
Sure, of course. Here. Before I go, I just wanted to. Is he still in here? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to literally just type it out. It's called the Ruhn-Meider Model, or you can Google sectorial bargaining. So both of that's the idea.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Yeah.
Get him out of here. Get those neo-libs out of here.
Fuck out. God
damn. Oh my god. God damn. All right. Gotta do one Twitch interaction. Mr. Nezu says, if Wyoming can have 2 senators, so should Guam. I'm pretty sure